IR4, also known as hell. So you want to come out to the left. You want to dash into the center. Use the ultimate. Try to get as many people in it as possible. If you have to circle around and loop, do that. It's best to take the Reapers out first, because they'll knock you down, and then the Shaman. Avoid the boss as much as possible. He'll spin and try to knock you down. Also, when he gets his horse, he'll try to stampede and stun you. If you don't have voice chat, I recommend that you call out the location in text. You want to take the orbs when possible. Leave the health pots alone until you absolutely need them. Don't mess with the bombers, just run in a circle and they will self-explode. Phase 2, still in the left corner. I do a diagonal to get as many as I can. I dash out of the circle so that I don't get stunned. And then I do a circling maneuver for crowd control. And then the ultimate is also an evade as well as damage. The floor will light up. Do not get in the way of the path. Now, one problem I do have here is if I lose my vantage point of getting to that left lower corner, I would love to know how people get their point of view back. One place that I messed up there is I did the beam and I should have evaded or moved out instead of trying to do damage. And that's the main thing you guys need to recognize, is that this is not going to be a bulldozing event. This is something that you have to coordinate, take time, and if it means you have to run, then you have to run. If it means you need to take a moment and pause and kind of look around and get your bearings, then do it. Whenever possible, you want to res your teammates. You want to make sure that there's no shamans around you when you do this. When he goes into rage mode, which this is not rage mode, but when he goes into rage mode and he turns red, you want to go to that left lower corner and hug it. Stay in there real tight. And all of your teammates need to do this. Otherwise, you're going to scatter him, and it's not going to be helpful, because then he's just going to jump on you. But if all of you do it at the same time, he'll stay in the center. If you're going to die, we recommend you do it on the outer edge. Preferably the left lower corner, but life is not always ideal like that. Obviously, before you go into the raid, IR4 is the toughest challenge that they have at the moment. So you definitely want to buff and whether it's guild buffs or going to the town and soaking. You want as many damage and whatnot. You want as much on you as possible. You want to go in there as strong as possible. We're not going to win this raid. However, I think if there were a few mistakes that we hadn't made, such as get trapped and also waited for more opportune times to res people, we would have been successful. Also, you have the issue of you can only die so many times before you will no longer have a health bar. You do want to hit the shaman after they toss the chain. Because then they're also on cooldown. So there's no chance of them trapping you if they've already tossed the chain. The biggest thing is just take a deep breath. Take your time. We're not in a rush. We want to win this and we want to get the reward for it. I tried to spectate on the melee characters to give that point of view an advantage since I am a mage. Just so I can try to create a well-balanced video.